Hello to class 10 students, and I hope that you all are doing great and you people are doing your work as well. And I hope that you are having a great July assessments. You must be attempting good all 9 questions nicely. So best of luck for my exam. I don't know when do you have my test, around I think on 20th or 20th I believe, or it's on Monday. So let's start the stuff. The chapter we are doing is lesson 11. Alternative market structures. So under this till now we have done about perfect competition and monopoly competition. Yeah, we have done these two. And we also read about what is the difference between perfect and imperfect competition. Or you can say pure and impure competition, right? Right now we are doing monopoly. Now what is the monopoly competition? Monopoly competition is competition in case they just say ask you what is monopoly competition. They don't never ask you what is monopoly competition. Basically, they always start with what are the characteristics of monopoly competition. So when you start with characteristics, you need to give some introduction also. So monopoly competition is competition where there is a single seller of a product, okay, who has a full control over the price, and one what more was there? The full control over the price. Yeah, no close substitute is available there, right? No close substitute and no competition due to single producer. Now we have done monopoly market, and today we are going to start with price discrimination. This is very important. Price discrimination is basically, see, price, you know what is price? Price is the money value which you charge for a product, and discrimination means difference, right? Discrimination means difference. So what exactly it is? This is very important. First, you just listen to this thing, that it is very important for your board exams. Almost every time they definitely ask this question, either for 2 marks or for 6 or for 7 to 8 marks. So understanding this and writing this in a very good manner is very important, because this is very easy and it easily fetches you marks. It easily fetches you marks. So just listen to it, very simple. Price discrimination is a very special feature of monopoly market, and it says that it is a characteristic, or it is a feature of monopoly market, which states that when different prices are charged for the same product by different buyers, is known as price discrimination. Listen to me again, I'll write it. When different prices are charged by different buyers for the same product, is known as price discrimination. Right? So I'll write it down. Now what is price discrimination? Price discrimination says when a producer charges different prices from different category buyers for the same product. Okay? I hope this you must have understand. Price discrimination, when a producer charges different prices from different category of buyers, okay, for the same product, okay, and the reason is not associated. The reason is ठीक है. अब वो जब अलग अलग प्राइस चार्ज कर रहा है अलग अलग बायर से एक सेम ही प्रोडक्ट के लिए, और उसका जो रीजन है वो डिफरेंस इन कॉस्ट ऑफ सप्लाइंग प्रोडक्ट नहीं है. Difference in supplying the cost of product to different consumers. Now, very easy, very easy to understand. They say, first of all, this is the characteristic of monopoly market, right? And it says that when a producer or a seller, is charging different prices from different category of customers for the same product, and the reason is not associated, और इसका जो reason है वो नहीं है जुड़ा हुआ, इसका मतलब क्या है? Not जुड़ा हुआ, associated मतलब जुड़ा हुआ। तो जो एक ही चीज का प्राइस जब वो एक ही चीज जब वो अलग अलग कस्टमर्स को बेच रहा है तो अलग अलग प्राइसेस पे बेच रहा है, और उसका कारण ये नहीं है, इट्स नॉट एसोसिएटेड विद डिफरेंस इन कॉस्ट ऑफ सप्लाई, और उसका कारण ये नहीं है कि कॉस्ट ऑफ सप्लाई अलग अलग है अलग अलग कस्टमर्स को देने की। ठीक है, तो ये क्या कहलाता है? प्राइस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन कहलाता है। एग्जाम्पल इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड। जब आपका इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड क्या करता है? सेल बेचता है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी टू फार्मर्स एट डिफरेंट रेट, फार्मर्स एट लोअर रेट and domestic users at higher rate. Now, what is example? इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड क्या करता है? फार्मर्स को सस्ती इलेक्ट्रिसिटी देता है क्योंकि उनको खेतों में यूज करनी होती है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, इरिगेशन करना होता है, बाकी बहुत सी चीज़ें होती है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी से वो करनी होती है, तो सस्ती देता है। बल्कि डोमेस्टिक यूजर्स मतलब हम जैसे यूजर्स को जो उसे घर में यूज़ करते हैं उनको वो हायर रेट पे देता है। ठीक है, तो है तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, द प्रोडक्ट इज सेम बट द कैटेगरी ऑफ बायर्स इज डिफरेंट। ठीक है, और इसका जो कारण है वो ये नहीं है कि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को सप्लाई करने का कॉस्ट मेरे लिए अलग है, डोमेस्टिक यूजर्स के लिए अलग है और फार्मर्स के लिए अलग है, राइट? सो दिस इज और भी एग्जाम्पल हो सकते हैं। ठीक है, और भी एग्जाम्पल्स क्या हो सकते हैं? Hospitals charge fee, different fees from rich and poor customers. एग्जाम्पल ये भी हो सकता है कि बहुत सारे हॉस्पिटल्स के यहाँ कुछ इस तरह के नियम होते हैं कि दे चार्ज डिफरेंट फीस, लोअर फीस फ्रॉम द पुअर कस्टमर्स एंड अनदर चार्जेस फ्रॉम द रिचर कस्टमर्स। ठीक है, क्योंकि उन्होंने गरीबों के लिए एक अलग फीस रखा हुआ है, बहुत सारे हॉस्पिटल्स इस तरह से करते हैं। सो द हॉस्पिटल इज प्रोवाइडिंग द सेम काइंड ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट टू एवरीवन बट दे आर चार्जिंग डिफरेंट प्राइसेस फ्रॉम different category of buyers, and the reason is, this is very important, though it is not written in your book, but I will always suggest you to write this when you go for your board examinations. And the reason is not associated with cost of supplying, with the difference in cost of supplying to the product to different consumers. I hope this you have understood, right? So again, just to revise once more, price discrimination when a producer charges different prices from different category of buyers for the same product. ठीक है, and the reason is not associated with the difference in cost of supplying the product to the different buyers. All right, the example is right in front of you. So this is one of the main important feature of monopoly market. So if they don't ask you about price discrimination separately, then you can write down as a feature of monopoly market also. Okay, remember this, what I am telling you. I am telling you is this: if they don't ask for this question separately, that what is price discrimination, then you can use. If they are not asking this question separately, then you can use this as one of the feature of monopoly market. Okay, all right. Now we move forward. Distinction between perfect competition and monopoly. We'll do this, though you must have understood. We'll do it quickly. So basis, right? Here is a perfect competition. Here we'll write about perfect, and here we'll write about monopoly. Right on? Alright? The first one is number of buyers and sellers. So number of buyers and sellers, here it is very, very large. You know, here large number of buyers and sellers. In the case of this, you have single seller. Single seller. Right? So you can write it this way. In your book, it is written large number of buyers and sellers, number of sellers or producers. Here, obviously, yeah, number of buyers, sellers, only sellers. Because buyers are going to be larger in both the proportions. Both the differences is going to be same. So large number of sellers, large number of sellers. Okay. So large number of sellers. What do this characteristic reflect? What is the implication of this characteristic? Due to the large number of sellers here, due to the large number of sellers, the market do not have any substantial control over the price, right? In the perfect competition. Whereas here is a single seller, so there is a substantial control, or there is a very greater control on the price over here. Next is a entry and exit of firms. Entry and exit of firms. Here it is free entry and exit, right? Here it is restricted. So here it is restricted. You cannot, the firms cannot move in and out of the market. No new firm can join the market, and the one single firm, the single seller, he will never go out of the market because he has a full control of the prices. He is earning big profits. And here there is free entry and exit in the market. Anybody can enter the market whenever anybody can enter the market. Any firm can enter the market. Any producer can enter the market. Anytime he can leave the market. Due to which they always earn normal profit, if you remember. Next, third. Third is your substitute of commodity. Substitute. So here, close substitutes are available. You remember why close substitute? Always remember why close substitute. Close substitute are available here because all the product produced here are homogeneous. They are identical. They are same to same. Here, no substitute. No substitute is available here. Got it? यहाँ पे कोई substitute नहीं आपको मिलेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि एक ही प्रोड्यूसर है जो एक चीज को बना रहा है, एक ही तरह की चीज को बना रहा है, उसको बनाने वाला कोई नहीं है. Fourth difference given to you is knowledge of market. Right here, knowledge of market की बारे में बात करें. Perfect knowledge. ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या है? Perfect knowledge. Who is having perfect knowledge here? Buyers have perfect knowledge. Perfect knowledge. Buyers have perfect knowledge about what? About the market conditions. Here, buyers do not have perfect knowledge about the market conditions. Got it? So these are the differences. This we have discussed earlier also. So at times they ask you about differences also. जब आप difference लिख रहे हो तो आपको ढंग से पता भी होना चाहिए कि difference क्यों था और किस लिए था. Got this? Now, next type of firm is monopolistic competition or monopolistically competitive market or monopolistic competition. So I hope this part is clear to you. Up to this part is clear to you. market is monopolistic competition. So we'll directly start with the features. Once you understand the features, the meaning will be clear to you. So the first feature is large number of buyers and sellers. Right? You already know the meaning. So here in this kind of market, there are relatively, I'm using term relatively, remember, if you just see your book, you'll find this term. So the number of buyers and sellers is relatively, yeah, they are relatively larger, and the proportion of each firm or each buyer or each seller is relatively smaller in the whole, relatively smaller according to the size in the whole market, right? That means कि यहाँ पे जो साइज है आपके मार्केट का, जो साइज है उसके हिसाब से जो एक सिंगल बायर का प्रोपोर्शन है या एक सिंगल सेलर का प्रोपोर्शन है, वो लगभग क्या है, बहुत छोटा है. ठीक है, दिस इज व्हाट इट इज रिटन हियर. सो आई रीड दिस आउट. A monopolistic competition industry contains a large number of firms, each of which is relatively small compared to overall size of the market. क्योंकि जितना साइज है मार्केट का, वहाँ पर एक सिंगल फर्म की बात करें तो रिलेटिवली बहुत स्मॉल प्रोपोर्शन है हर फर्म का. सेम है बायर्स के साथ भी है. देयर आर लार्ज नंबर ऑफ बायर्स एंड सेलर्स इन द मार्केट एंड द प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ ईच बायर और द शेयर ऑफ ईच बायर इज रिलेटिवली स्मॉलर. सो हियर दिस इज द की वर्ड. डोंट फॉरगेट टू यूज रिलेटिवली वर्ड इन your monopolistic competition. Free entry and exit. So next, free entry and exit. So here the firms are free to enter or exit the market whenever they want. If a firm wants to enter the market or enter the industry, they can enter, right? Now, when do firms enter the market? Firms enter the market when they see that the profit prospects are very, very high, that the market is earning a great profit. If I say that Mr. X has thought of entering a mobile industry, so why he is entering mobile industry? He wants to enter into mobile industry and do production there because he must have calculated that the chance of profits are very, very good in this industry. That's why they enter the industry. And when do they leave industry? They leave industry when there are good prospects in some other field or in some other market, right? So when they want to join some other market due to high profits, then they leave the industries. Or when they do not get so much of profit in the present industry, then they leave the industry. So once you understand once you understand profit competition, monopoly competition becomes very easy for you to understand monopolistic competition, right? Now the third is your imperfect knowledge of market. Yeah, this one is different. Imperfect knowledge. Whenever we are talking about knowledge, just remember knowledge about what? Knowledge about market conditions. So here buyers do not have perfect of the market, right? यहाँ पे perfect knowledge market के बारे में नहीं है. Okay, I'll read this. In monopolistic competition, buyers do not know everything, but they have all relatively complete information about alternative prices. Okay, but they are saying very important line. But they have relatively relative knowledge about alternative prices, right? यहाँ पे लगभग थोड़ा बहुत नॉलेज उनको प्राइसेस के बारे में होता है प्रोडक्ट के. They also have alternative complete information about product differences. Apart from prices, they have some little knowledge about different brands you have, then different products you have, each seller also has relatively complete information. Now this is about buyer, and when we talk about seller's knowledge, so each seller also have relatively complete information about production techniques and prices charged by their competitors. Now you might be यहाँ पे seller के बारे में लिख लेंगे आप. Seller is also same thing. Seller has relative information, right? Relative information about competitor and different production techniques. Now remember, you must be thinking, or I don't know whether this question is arising in your brain or not, that when we are saying imperfect knowledge, why imperfect knowledge? So imperfect knowledge is due to the fact that in this market, I don't know whether it's given to you, it's not given. In this kind of market, there are heterogeneous products are produced here. Heterogeneous product means product with differences are produced here. That means if suppose we can take an example of toothpaste. If toothpaste is being produced here, then different types of toothpaste you are going to get. Toothpaste with neem, toothpaste with salt, toothpaste with charcoal, toothpaste with herbs, cloves, right? So what is happening? You have the same product, toothpaste, but there is some difference in this toothpaste. When there are so many differences are there, so it becomes very difficult for the buyer to understand, or buyer to keep the knowledge of all types of toothpaste, or to buyers to keep the knowledge about all types of biscuits the firms are producing. Same way you can talk about mobile phones. You say the product is one mobile phone, but there are different types of, there are at least 100 types of mobile phones in the market. So it's not possible for a buyer to keep knowledge about all the mobile phones. So that's why we are saying that they have imperfect knowledge here, because different types of goods are produced here, heterogeneous goods are produced here. In perfect competition, homogeneous products are produced, but in monopolistic competition, heterogeneous products are produced. That is, product with differences. So this is up to this we are going to do today, because it's almost 20 minutes video, and the other features I am going to teach you in the next video. So then take care of yourself, keep studying for your July assessment, children. Bye.